Coming up on WFT Midday, President Trump is announcing his long-awaited tariff plans, what you should expect for U.S. businesses and consumers.
And the results of 2 congressional special elections, how both Democrats and Republicans are walking away with victories.
Plus, Governor Ron DeSantis is expanding resources for Florida Sheriff's Department. We'll tell you how these new programs help Florida get back on their feet. WFT Midday starts right now.
Watching WUFT Midday.
Today, the president is set to unveil sweeping tariffs, a day he's calling Liberation Day. This is WFT's Midday. I'm Kade Sowers.
And I'm Jessica Wilkinson. The White House is hosting what it calls Make America Wealthy Again today. NBC's Linda Becerra reports on what we can expect Donald Trump to announce.
Liberation Day, promising to match tariffs imposed by other nations on U.S. exports, including the European Union, South Korea, Brazil, and India. The market's jittery as consumers worry whether they'll pay a price in a trade war.
I'm definitely nervous. I think the cost of everything living is already high.
I'm not really worried because I don't know how long they're going to be in place.
Douglas Bonaparte is a financial planner and president of Bonafide Wealth. He says this is a good time to review your budget.
To you. Do you know what you're spending? Do you know where there's room in your budget, regardless of where prices are at? So this is a great time to analyze that.
New Jersey Congressman Josh Gottheimer, who's running for governor, introduced a bill looking to analyze the tariffs.
To require the president to submit a clear strategy to Congress to justify imposing tariffs for emergency purposes.
President Trump sees these tariffs as a way to protect the domestic economy from trade imbalances and as a bargaining chip for better terms. He's imposing a 25% tariffs on imported cars and car parts and a 25% duty on aluminum and steel. At the same time, the president has been inviting CEOs to the White House and posted this on Truth Social today, listing companies exploring expansion in the U.S., including Apple with a planned investment of $500 billion, NVIDIA $100 billion, Lilly, $27 billion, and Honda and Nissan shifting more production to America.
And I think maybe we can do a better job of giving folks the lay of the land with what this looks like over a 6, 12, 3-year period of time, when that's the amount of time it's going to take for U.S. manufacturers to do things more, domestically, that's the goal.
That was NBC's Linda Becerra reporting. President Trump will announce his new tariffs at 4 p.m. in the White House Rose Garden. We'll have what Trump announces and how you'll be affected on First at 5 tonight.
Well, we don't know exactly what the new tariffs entail. The White House says they'll take effect immediately. They estimate the tariffs will bring in $6 trillion of revenue over a decade. The Senate is set to vote on a resolution aimed at blocking the duties on Canadian goods. Economists say tariffs benefit certain domestic manufacturers by landing them more business. On the flip side, that's why they can hurt international producers. Some countries say they're preparing to retaliate.
We will approach these negotiations from a position of strength. Europe holds a lot of cards.
Measures are taken because measures are taken on the other side, but the dialogue must continue.
Some countries are holding out hope for new trade deals with the president.
Attorney General Pam Bondi is directing federal prosecutors to seek the death penalty for Luigi Mangione, the suspected shooter of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. This is the first time the Justice Department is pursuing the death penalty in Trump's second term. A statement from Bondi says the move fits the president's agenda to stop violent crime. Mangione is scheduled to be tried on state murder charges in New York first, charges he's pled not guilty to. After the state case is over, we can expect the federal capital case to begin. Mayor Eric Adams says he supports the prosecutor's process.
You intentionally went in and you took someone's life. It was a horrific act, and whatever process they put in place, I respect that process.
The decision to make the case against Mangione a capital case comes 3 months after former President Biden commuted the sentences of 37 convicts on federal death row, sparing the lives of all except 3 federal inmates facing execution.
It's heating up in north central Florida. We're going to be feeling temperatures in the 90s this afternoon. Let's go over to UF meteorologist William Maxham with how long these temperatures will last.
Kade, the heat's going to be around for a while. We're very summer-like. It's already above our average high, 79 degrees currently with the light south wind. Very few clouds overhead today, but an isolated shower is possible later into the afternoon. Nothing is developed just yet, but Could see a couple of showers coming off of the east coast along the sea breeze in the late part of the afternoon. It's 84 Palatka already and 84 in Ocala, 83 Bronson again today. We'll make it up into the low 90s. Should be the warmest day of the year so far. And potentially we're going to be very close to our record highs today. And we'll keep it into the 90s into the weekend. But showers and thunderstorms are coming along with cooler air next week. I'll have more on that in a moment.
Movie star Val Kilmer has died. He was best known for roles in blockbusters like Top Gun and Batman Forever. Kilmer died Tuesday night at the age of 65, according to an email from his daughter to the Associated Press. Several years ago, the actor said he had beaten cancer, which required a tracheotomy and left him with a raspy voice. His daughter said Kilmer died from pneumonia in Los Angeles, surrounded by family and friends.
2 Florida Republicans won special elections for congressional seats, replacing President Trump's appointees, but their win could signal growing momentum for the Democratic Party. Florida Republican State Senator Randy Fine won the 6th congressional district, replacing Michael Waltz, who is now the president's national security advisor. And Florida Chief Financial Officer Jamie Pertonis won the race in the 1st district to replace former Congressman Matt Gaetz. Both candidates won by far smaller margins than President Trump's November victory, but the victory secured the GOP's small majority in the House.
Let it be known that this election is a reminder that the Florida Panhandle will forever be red and it'll be forever Trump country.
The Democratic candidate in District 6 out-fundraised Randy Fine by nearly 10 times. Democrats are calling the unenthusiastic support of the Republican candidate a win. We'll have more on the election for our Spanish-language audience coming up.
Governor Ron DeSantis announces another initiative to recruit law enforcement to the Sunshine State. WFT's Nicole Muscolino joins us live to tell us what type of incentives are included in his plan.
Governor Ron DeSantis spoke in Ocala to highlight the progress of the law enforcement bonus program today. He went live on his Facebook account to talk about the program's $5,000 bonus to attract officers to join the force as Florida's new residents. He says it helps to channel talented people into law enforcement.
Since the time I was governor, we're a law and order state. We're going to support law enforcement, people that wear the uniform, and we're going to make sure our laws are enforced.
In 2024, the law enforcement recruitment program reached a milestone of 6,400 bonuses to new recruits. 300 bonuses were awarded to officers in hurricane-impacted counties supporting relief efforts from recent hurricanes Debbie, Helene, and Milton. In addition to the $5,000 bonus, benefits to becoming a Florida official include financial stability, health and retirement benefits, student loan forgiveness, and home loan programs. The governor mentions he wants the legislature to allocate a pay increase for more than 4,700 state sworn officers and 730 firefighters. He also wants a 20% increase for entry level and 25% increase for veterans under the new proposal. Live in the studio, Nicole Muscolino, WFT News.
Governor Ron DeSantis also announced the expansion of Hope Florida on Tuesday, a program helping Floridians achieve economic self-sufficiency. The expansion includes sending resources to sheriff departments across the state. A liaison station will be added to all the sheriff's offices in the state of Florida. Each station will receive a Hope Navigator, who is the point of contact between the sheriff's office and Hope Florida. Navigators can help you with problems ranging from lack of resources, opportunities, or basic necessities like food. Governor DeSantis says this will help provide sheriff's offices resources to help better the community and lower crime.
The problems that we have in criminal justice, there's just a subset of that is mental health problems. And so these folks, perhaps if there had been an intervention earlier, would not have ended up devolving into committing criminal acts.
If you're interested in learning more about Hope Florida, visit their website at hopeflorida.com to learn how the initiative can help you.
The Gainesville Police Department is looking for a missing person. John Kramick was seen last seen on Sunday near Four Creeks Park. He has a mental disability and is considered a vulnerable adult. If you have any information, GPD is asking you to call the non-emergency number at 352-955-1818. There was a deadly crash in Alachua County this morning. The crash on Southeast Hawthorne Road is diverting traffic through Southeast 43rd Street and Southeast 35th Street. The Alachua County Sheriff's Office says to expect traffic delays until the crash is cleared.
Putnam County is hosting the Toxic Roundup this weekend. The event is free for residents to throw out their household hazardous waste. Head to the Putnam County landfill from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. this Saturday to safely get rid of waste. Throw out items like paint, electronics, batteries, and more. GRU is conducting a routine gas line pressure test of the natural gas pipeline, which could affect your weekend commute. The required maintenance will take place over 2 days and will temporarily involve road closures, loud noises, and a potential gas odor. A natural gas burn-off begins Saturday at 7 a.m., and a nitrogen blow-off will produce a loud noise on Sunday at 5 a.m. Road closures will be in effect from 2 to 7 a.m. You can see the areas affected in this map.
If you're looking to get on the road for a quick lunch, stay here to see if you'll see clear skies or if there is any traffic on the road. First, let's take a look over at our live DOT camera near Gainesville. You can see near I-75 by Gainesville's exits on your screen. We are seeing normal traffic on your lunch break, so it's a great time to head out and get that Caesar wrap you're thinking about. Before heading out, let's check on these sunny skies with WUFT meteorologist William Maxham.
Yeah, exactly. It's the kind of lunch you might want to get something a little lighter, like a sandwich. Temperatures are very warm. Not a day for a chilly or anything very hot. We're going to make it up into the low 90s this afternoon, and there could be an isolated storm or two in the late afternoon. We're mostly clear, though, for the moment. Those clouds will move in into the early evening. The storm threat today, only about 10 to 20%. Most of us will remain dry. It's already 84 in Ocala and Cross City. This already going to be setting up to be the warmest day of the year, and we're likely going to be breaking our old record high for the day. That was 92 degrees. We're forecasting 93 this afternoon, and the heat sticks around into the weekend. 90 is our expected high. Palatka also 93 in Ocala. I mentioned there's a small chance of a storm for us today, but a very high chance of intense, severe thunderstorms across the center of the country in the Mississippi River Valley. We have, for the second time this year, a high risk of severe thunderstorms, winds over 70 miles an hour. Strong tornadoes are possible today, and we already have a tornado watch and numerous warnings ongoing right now. So that event already has started. It's going to be a couple of days that we see storms pretty much in the same place. That's going to lead to flash flooding, already in the moderate risk. Over 8 inches could fall there. More on that in a moment. That front will be affecting us Monday. But today it's just a couple of showers firing up along that sea breeze. We're talking about 1 or 2. Most of us not going to see any rain today. Just the heat. Tomorrow going to start off warm into the upper 60s and low 70s. Then quickly we'll see another round of potentially showers into the late afternoon popping up along the sea breeze. I think we'll see less activity tomorrow, more like 10% chance of seeing a shower on Thursday. Biggest thing you're going to notice over the next couple days is that intense heat all across the southeast will be into the 90s. Slowly but surely, all that rain is going to track our way. It's going to start really moving over the weekend. Saturday showers are going to be moving into western parts of Florida, and looks like Monday is when that front arrives for us into north central Florida. Some heavy rain, potentially strong thunderstorms, and a huge drop in temperatures are coming our way behind that front. We're going to see highs into the 90s into the weekend, but 70s behind our cold front, and early morning lows back down into the 40s.
Now let's head over to our Noticias partners for a look at today's top stories for our Spanish language audience.
Hola, soy Ana Matute con tus noticias en 90 segundos. Randy Fine y Jimmy Patronis ganaron las elecciones especiales para los distritos 6 y 1 del Congreso de Florida. Fine ganó las elecciones especiales para el distrito 6 del Congreso de Florida, derrotando al demócrata Josh Will con el 75% de los votos. El congresista dominó en los condados de Marion y Putnam, obteniendo el 62 y 66%. El puesto quedó vacante tras el nombramiento de Mike Waltz como asesor de seguridad nacional. En el distrito 1, el republicano Jimmy Patronis ganó las elecciones especiales con un 56.9% de los votos en contra de la demócrata Gay Vallimont. Con 65 años, el actor Val Kilmer murió de la tarde del martes en Los Ángeles. El actor de Top Gun y Batman Forever murió de neumonía después de recuperarse de un diagnóstico de cáncer de garganta en el 2014. Kilmer se hizo un hombre para él mismo en el principio de la década de 1990, cuando actuó en películas como Tombstone, True Romance y Heat. Uno de los papeles más icónicos fue Iceman en Top Gun Maverick en 2022. Kilmer tuvo una carrera larga y exitosa, asegurando en 2021 que no se arrepentía de lo vivido. El Ministerio de Defensa israelí, Israel Katz, anunció el miércoles una ampliación de la operación militar en Gaza que implica la incautación de grandes extensiones de terreno para incorporar las zonas de seguridad de Israel. Todavía no hay indicios de la expansión de operación sobre el terreno, pero ataques aéreos han causado la muerte de múltiples personas en las últimas 24 horas, incluyendo autoridades locales y 9 niños que se encontraban en un refugio de las Naciones Unidas. El portavoz del ejército israelí ordenó a los residentes de la zona sur de Rafah en Gaza abandonaran sus casas y mudarse al norte de la zona. advirtiendo que sus fuerzas mantendrían una presencia permanente en partes de Gaza hasta la liberación de los 24 rehenes restantes que se cree que aún están vivos. Esas fueron tus noticias en 90 segundos. Gracias por sintonizarnos.
It's tick time. Tick season is starting now, and that's when these parasites come out. When you're outside, experts say to be careful because these little creatures can transmit lots of potential harmful germs. CNN's Mandy Gaither will tell us what to expect this season and how you can stay safe from ticks.
The ground is thawing, the weather's getting warmer, and you're not the only one ready to enjoy the outdoors. Ticks are starting to come out.
They will be looking for their first blood meal of the season.
Dr. Bobby Pritt with the Mayo Clinic says ticks will be out now through fall with peak times in June and July. The more humid and warm the climate, the more likely you'll come across one of these parasites, which can spread potentially dangerous diseases.
Some of these pathogens can be transmitted quite quickly, so you want to avoid tick bites at all costs.
To prevent bites, spray tick repellent on exposed skin. Pritt recommends those with DEET, keratin, or lemon eucalyptus. You can also wear long sleeves and pants, tucking pants into socks so that ticks can't crawl up pant legs. Treat clothing and gear with permethrin, which can kill ticks on contact, and do frequent tick checks on people and pets.
If you find a tick, don't panic. If the tick is embedded, you just want to remove it as quickly as possible.
To safely do that, Pritt says to use fine-tipped tweezers. Grasp the tick as close as possible to the skin at a 45-degree angle, pulling the creature out slowly in one motion and avoid squeezing it.
And you don't want to use any of those folk remedies that may damage the tick, like touching it with a match or putting petroleum jelly on it. That might actually increase the risk of infection, and it might hurt you.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
TikTok is almost out of time to find a buyer again. A potential ban in the United States could also just be days away after President Trump extended the deadline in January. TikTok's parent company ByteDance is looking to sell the app's U.S. operation by April 5th. There are many potential buyers, including a group led by billionaire former Los Angeles Dodgers owner Frank McCourt, Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary, and YouTuber Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast. The deal should be made by Saturday. If not, whether TikTok shuts down again will likely depend on what Trump has to say.
If you want to bake a cake but scared of high egg prices, you might be in luck. Egg prices are finally on the decline. Now eggs are about $3 a dozen according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. In February, the price of a dozen hit a 10-year high at $5.90. The American Farm Bureau says the lower costs come from noticeably fewer bird flu cases. Consumers have also been buying less eggs, which has helped stores restock. Egg prices are still historically high at almost 59% more expensive than in 2024, despite recent cost decreases according to the Consumer Price Index.
The Chinese electric vehicle giant BYD is seeing a 60% surge in sales in the first quarter of the year. This comes as Tesla faces a major decline after protests across the country against Elon Musk and Tesla. BYD has sold more than 1 million vehicles in the first 3 months of 2025. That includes battery-powered cars, hybrids, and commercial vehicles. Its sales of pure EVs soared nearly 40%. BYD also reports a record annual revenue of $107 billion last year. That's about $10 billion more than Tesla's 2024 revenue, and Tesla's annual deliveries declined for the first time last year.
We're nearing the end of our show today, so it's time to get over to WFT First at 5 anchor Juan Carlos Chowie with a look at what's coming up on First at 5 on Channel 5.
Well, Kade and Jessica, today's show is all about the money. Let's get into what you can expect on our newscast later today. To start, President Trump is set to speak on tariffs later. We'll have the updates. Next, a volunteer program saves Florida millions of dollars. Finally, salary bonuses are aimed at Florida law enforcement, an incentive to beef up forces. And Jessica, Kade, I will say this could be big for North Central Florida, especially since a lot of sheriff's offices here tend to be a little understaffed.
Well, thanks for that, Chowie. I personally can't wait to see it.
Me too. Let's head over to WFT meteorologist William Maxham with one last look at the weather.
Yeah, it looks really hot. That's it in a nutshell. The next few days, temperatures going to be into the low 90s today. Going to be potentially breaking the record for the day. We're forecasting 93 degrees. Rain going to be moving our way with a cold front around Monday. That's going to also drop temperatures substantially. We're going back to more spring-like temperatures with a few showers Tuesday.
Well, thanks for joining us here at WFT. We'll be here tomorrow for another edition.
See you later today for First at 5 on Channel 5. Have a great afternoon.